Live. Welcome everyone. Welcome back. Jess, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, it's been eventful, hasn't it? Since our last live stream last week. On the last stream, we breached 60K.
We did. That was a party. Thank you to everyone that joined us with that because the energy was high.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant. But it only went up from there. And yesterday, a new all-time high. We didn't quite breach that 70K barrier.
Yeah.
Still stuck on 69. I can only assume there was just so much profit taking at that point. I just got the sense of all these people across the world who had just been waiting for that new all-time high, and they just sell.
I can imagine it's a lucrative time for the bingo callers, like that. Feeling fine, 69.
Yeah.
We need one for 70 as well. Suggestions are welcome, guys.
Yeah, and we had a bit of a dip. Obviously, after that, as a result, presumably of all that profit taking, we kind of wicked back down again. But it has now been creeping back up, now just under 67K. ETH has been shooting the lights out as well. ETH is 3,861, so flirting with 4K. That's entirely possible. Wow, it's great out there in crypto at the moment. So I hope all you guys are in a good mood, because you should be.
If anything, it just keeps going higher. Speaking of keeps going higher, guys, did you like your song?
I did like my song, yeah. It's amazing what you can get on Fiverr these days.
It is, for a bargain price. Maybe we'll play it for you guys a little bit later if you guys have not heard the Q&A from Friday that was on Coin Bureau Clips.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll play the Keep Going Higher song soon. I'd also like to say that this live stream is actually sponsored this week. It's sponsored by C4 Energy Drink, which is pretty much all that is keeping Jess alive at the moment.
I think it's only, so it has 200 milligrams of caffeine. Just to clarify, I don't drink a whole can a day. This is strawberry watermelon ice flavor, which is excellent. I think it's a UAE thing, UAE pre-workout kind of thing.
Okay.
Guys, I have not been sleeping. I'm waking up at 2 in the morning, checking CoinMarketCap, 4 in the morning. It's too exciting. It is a classy drink, Crypto Minute. I see you in the comments. I think so. Crypto never sleeps, but we're all human here. We're retail traders trying to go up against the big dogs, and the only way we can do that is with optimal amounts of caffeine. You actually stop drinking coffee at lunchtime.
I do. No caffeine after 12. Jess, on the other hand, Jess's caffeine uptake just seems to climb throughout the day.
Like Guy's song, it just keeps getting higher.
Yeah. There's a lot of comment. Brennan says strawberry starburst C4 is the best. Is that strawberry starburst?
This is strawberry watermelon ice, but strawberry starburst sounds amazing. Where can you get it? Can you let me know in the comments, because I need some of that.
This stuff, I mean, I just took a sniff of it earlier. It smells like it. I mean, it smells dangerous.
It smells like maximum profit gains, maximum potential. This could be fueling the markets. This is fueling all of these Memecoin traders that we're seeing at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, well, there it is. If you're wondering how crypto is managing to do what it's doing, it's nothing to do with spot ETF inflows or anything like that. It's nothing to do with retail traders starting to come back to crypto. It is all to do with C4. Everyone is just jacked up on this stuff.
Zero sugar as well for the health-conscious crypto degens out there.
Yeah. So I'm slightly worried now that Jess is going to leave us to become the face of C4 Energy Drink. So
someone's got to be. Someone's got to be it.
This might be Jess's last ever live stream if the C4 people get in touch. Okay, so anyway, thanks for joining us, folks. As ever, from all over the world, from Lugano, Switzerland, from Cleveland, Ohio, from Nigeria, from lots of people tagging at #CBC Elite. Good to see you guys. Good to see you, Robert. And yes, Mario, you're right. Let's try and shoot the lights out for an all-time high during this show, because I mean, that's what it's all about. And Hallie, hello, Grandma still has her Ada bag. That's great. That's great. Well, you know, hopefully it won't be too long now. Okay, so people joining from elsewhere. Yeah, lots of love for the C4 there.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I mean, people saying, I think some people are suggesting that perhaps you're not sleeping because you're drinking vast amounts of C4. You know,
It's
maybe.
because the markets are so exciting. What happens? Because we're based in Dubai. So by the time we go to sleep, the US market is really just waking up. I don't want to miss a trick. This is my favorite time of the year. You know, we've been in crypto too long. I don't want to fall asleep and miss the all-time high, you know?
Yeah. You see, this is the difference between Jess and I. You know, I go to sleep, my phone goes on airplane mode, and I'm basically uncontactable for, you know, for a good 8 or 9 hours.
Yeah.
On the other hand, over at Jess's, it's the phone on all night, portfolio being checked. There's so many times she comes in and said, "Oh, I made the mistake of waking up in the night and checking Twitter."
I used to be worse. 2019, I used to tweet half asleep and not remember the tweets. So now we're a bit more conscious. We're a bit more regimented. We're trying to stick to our rhythms. But I can't help it, guys. It's an exciting time. And I'm sure you guys are the same. And maybe your partners, your housemates, your family members are going, get off your phone. What are you looking at? But we cannot look away.
Yeah. And you're just sitting there going, you wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand.
You don't know this is my life, Mom. Stay out of my room.
Okay. So Olaf from sunny Portugal. Roger says hello from Norway. I was thinking of going to, Mrs. Guy and I were thinking of going to Oslo in the summer.
Oh, nice.
Because we're going to try and get away from the desert heat in Dubai. We're going to be sort of in Europe anyway. So Roger, I mean, I know there's much more to Norway than Oslo, but would you recommend it? Would people recommend a couple of weeks in Oslo?
And you have to go hiking. Norway is beautiful for the hikes. I've always wanted to go hiking in Norway. So you can do Oslo City, scout it out, and then I'll go and do the hikes.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. Right. Well, Coin Bureau is relocating to Norway for the summer. Ben says, hey from Manchester. Marcus is a member of the CBC Elite. He's saying hi from Germany. Hi from Assam, India. Patrick, where is Dogland? GM from Maine. From Peter from Denmark. Hashtag CBC. Farabours. Well done.
Hi from Cardiff. We see you in the comments.
Good. Our Welsh friends are in the comments as ever. Let's go, Grandma. Oh yes.
Did you just call me a grandma?
No, it's one of the comments.
First, I'm not sleeping because I'm drinking too much caffeine. Then I'm a grandma. I can't win with you today, guys.
I wouldn't dare call you a grandma at the best of times, especially not when you've had a whole load of C4. That would be just very bad news. Mark, it says hi from Malta.
Bonjour.
And Roger is in Oslo also. So I'm presuming that's a thumbs up. Stefan says hi from Cambridge, UK. Hashtag CBC. Well done, sir. Oxford Row Coach is in Oxford. I saw that confirmed earlier. Good to know. Whew. Okay, the live stream can continue. Norway has high tax. Yes, we're not planning to go for very long. We're certainly not planning to go there and pay any tax. Howdy from Suffolk, the castle over the hill. Grandma says, you are handsome, Guy.
Oh,
Grandma, wonderful. Holds Ada, thinks I'm handsome. Perfect. Pamela says hi from London. Another hello from Malta. I think all of Malta must be watching.
Woohoo!
And Johnny says hi from Pepe. Yes, I saw we've got the Pepe cushion in the middle today in honor of the fact that the last week has basically been well, not all about meme coins, but that's certainly been the sort of talk of the town. And when we did the top performing cryptos on this week's weekly news, they were all meme coins.
All meme coins, every single one, which has never happened before. Not since I've been joined the bureau. Have you had an all meme coin market mover week before?
Not that I remember. Not that I remember. And Mario says hello from Slovenia. And Sivan is saying hi from the moon as well. Yeah, I imagine there must be quite a few people on the moon at the moment. It must be pretty crowded up there.
Well, almost all of crypto technically has to be on, or is moon a little bit too much of an overestimation? All of us are in profit, most of us.
Yeah, I think, what was it, the statistic? Something like 99% of Bitcoin holders are now in profit.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, I mean, I just wonder how that 1% feel. Maybe they were the ones selling. They were the ones selling yesterday. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today, Jess?
So we're going to give a little bit of a market overview. We're going to dive into a little of the fun facts we've seen this week regarding Bitcoin and the overall market. Plus, there's been some really interesting takeaways from ETH Denver, which give a little bit of an indication of what's coming up next. Quite a few people that attended have written some Pretty insightful blog, so I'm excited to share with you some of the findings there. And then we also have some updates when it comes to possibly Bitcoin ETF retirement funds, which I'll share.
Okay.
And then, as you said, we've also got to end with a little sprinkle on the Memecoin Frenzy.
Yes.
So should we kick things off with a little bit of a market overview?
Yeah. Yeah. What's been going on?
Main narrative. What do you think it's been?
Bitcoin ETFs, perhaps?
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Wow.
So the BTC pump, one of the largest monthly candles with a plus 43% gain.
Wow.
Pretty exciting. Main reason, of course, the huge inflows and traded volume when it comes to the spot Bitcoin ETFs. The 10 Bitcoin ETFs did yesterday $10 billion in volume. If you would like to see the chart, Eric Balkunis from Bloomberg has shared it on his Twitter. It is, as he's called it, bananas numbers for an ETF 2 months after launch.
Wow.
We're all reaping the benefits, guys. It's a
Yeah.
pretty great time. Little fun fact for you, BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF became the fastest ETF to reach $10 billion in assets under management, taking just 37 traded days. Now, just for some context here, just 4% of all ETFs have hit the $10 billion mark.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow. And none of them have done it as fast as BlackRock's spot Bitcoin one.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
extraordinary.
And
Yeah.
that's not all. We've got some more little bullish fun facts for you. I'm sprinkling all the good news around here today, guys. So Bitcoin is also leaving exchanges at the fastest rate in years. Lead analyst at CryptoSlate has said just over $2.3 billion of BTC left exchanges. And it's one of the biggest withdrawals that we've seen in over 5 years. That was this week too.
So yeah, the demand for Bitcoin coming, mostly from these ETFs is just crazy, and it's absolutely dwarfing. At the moment, about 900 BTC hit the new BTC hit the new market every day, hit the market from miners every day.
Yeah.
That's obviously going to be cut in half next month. That's next month. We're not even at the halving. And I should say, obviously, I'm sure all of you guys are aware of this, but the fact that BTC hit a new all-time high before the halving is not only unprecedented, but it shows just how much the whole game has changed as a result of these ETFs. It is a different market now.
Yeah.
It's a new paradigm, so.
And just think what the TradFi media coverage is going to be next month when it is Bitcoin halving month, and also we have seen markets moving in the way that we are. It's going to be a completely different discussion. And as you've mentioned there, so people are talking about it, it's a different paradigm. Bitcoin also reached the top 10 asset by market cap, surpassing silver.
Wow.
Beat only by the likes of Amazon, Nvidia, Gold, and Apple. So top 10, 8th position. It's pretty remarkable.
Yeah. Bitcoin is coming for gold.
Yes.
Gold is going to get overtaken one of these days. I think may take a while yet, but gold's market cap is something like 13 trillion. So we've still got a way to go, but who would bet against Bitcoin now?
Have you had many people come in asking you this week about Bitcoin or crypto?
It's been a little bit quiet, but my dad is in profit, everyone. That's a big indicator. My dad is in profit on his Bitcoin. Actually, he has been for a while now. I think he bought at 49K.
Okay.
So,
did you tell him to check his Bitcoin portfolio, or was he checking and was like, by the way, guy, I'm in profit again?
Well, that would involve me telling him to use his phone, and every time he does that, something goes wrong, and then I have to sort it out remotely. So I just said he's very passive on his Bitcoin. I just told him, look, Dad, just don't look at it, and if you want to know what it's doing, ask me. So he just said, Guy, Bitcoin, I see it's up. Am I in profit yet? And I said yes, and all right, and we moved on.
Okay, good. Some good family bonding there.
Yeah. Singh says, my friends finally started asking me about BTC and which coin to buy. I mean, we've been talking about this a lot in recent live streams, but this is a big indicator that the bull market is properly getting started, because this is when new people are coming in.
I had a call from one of my female friends today asking me about her portfolio and if she should buy some more and which trading exchange she should use. If you are looking, use the Coin Bureau deals page for some of the best deals. You see that plug there?
Oh, that was beautiful. That was so slick.
So seamless. But it is happening. People are asking about crypto. And so one of my friends was telling me her boss has been very anti-crypto this whole time, sold his Bitcoin at the low, and then asked her again to ask me if he should buy again because crypto is no longer a scam. I live for converting people like this. So I am going to have a very long call with him tonight and be very smug about the whole thing that we were right and he's finally joining.
Really? You should definitely charge him for that. You should invoice him. That should cost him.
Maybe I should just do the, sir, if you send me 1 Bitcoin, I'll send you 2 back. Kidding.
Wow. Okay. So, I mean, it does, and from looking at people's responses in the comments, it does seem like this. You know, this is a theme. People are getting DMs from friends, family members, many of whom haven't maybe spoken to them in a long time, asking about crypto. Which exchange do you? How do I use Coinbase?
Yeah.
And we are seeing indicators that Coinbase. Were you saying something earlier about Coinbase now showing up as one of the top apps on the App Store?
Yes, the top 49. So in the top 50 apps now, Coinbase is. And at the start of the year, Coinbase was 449th.
Wow.
So it's climbing on it.
Yeah.
Which is great to see.
Yeah. So that's a good metric to keep as well. And obviously, the same applies for other crypto apps where you are. I think Coinbase is obviously the big one because it's, you know, the biggest, well, the second biggest and also the biggest one in the United States.
Yeah.
But keep a lookout for other crypto apps as well, including, of course, things like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, because that will give you a sense that people are starting to actively track crypto prices.
Yeah.
Any sort of portfolio trackers as well. Keep a lookout for them.
Well, little fun fact, last bull market top, I was working with CoinMarketCap, and at the time of the peak bull cycle, we were hitting around 2 billion monthly page hits.
Wow.
Because obviously there are so many different languages, everyone goes on and refreshes the site. So I'm sure site retention time is very low on CMC, but people will check it countless times a day. That being said, at the time of the peak bull market, CoinMarketCap was the largest website in the world, 57th largest website.
Wow.
So crypto adoption, when you get these indicators coming through, we are a powerful industry and a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah. Yeah. And we are, of course, still early.
Yes. Yeah. Now, there was another fun thing that I saw today, another interesting news article, and this is to do with Grayscale. Don't worry, guys, this is not spot Bitcoin ETF related. Grayscale has announced a new fund aimed at staking certain cryptos and distributing the earnings back to investors on a quarterly basis in USD. The staked crypto include Aptos, Celestia, Coinbase Staked ETH, Cosmos, Nia, Osmosis, Polkadot, Stay, and Solana. And it's Grayscale's first actively managed crypto fund.
Okay.
So it shows that people that are brave enough to, from the institutional side of things, brave enough to diversify into Bitcoin and potentially spot Bitcoin ETFs or the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. And now they want a little bit more of an open allocation and diversification into crypto, are now warming up to the idea of staked cryptos outside of BTC, which is very good news.
Yeah. Institutions like Grayscale wouldn't start offering these products, wouldn't go to all the trouble of structuring them if they weren't getting requests, if there wasn't demand there from their customers. So again, that shows that institutional demand, we know that institutional demand for BTC is strong and getting stronger, but now, you know, institutional demand for altcoin, you know, institutions are just like regular people at the end of the day. They start with Bitcoin and then they FOMO into altcoins later on. I've seen a few people in the comments on the stream saying something along the lines of "Stop the stream, BTC is crashing." It has taken a bit of a downturn.
Oh, we're all getting spoiled. $66,000 is not a crash, guys. We've done more than this. We can handle it.
Yeah, guys, how long have you been in crypto for?
We'll turn it around. We'll do our best.
Yeah.
Do you want a sip of C4? Maybe that will help.
I'm okay, thanks. I'm okay.
I tried.
And of course, I think we touched on this in last week's live stream as well. But the market cap of Tether, of USDT, is now over $100 billion. 100 billion. Were you doing the Dr.
Yes. $100
billion. Maybe Dr. Evil's the guy behind Tether. I can imagine that. secret underground layer somewhere. So yeah, even USDT is shooting the lights out essentially in market cap terms. And obviously the market cap of stablecoins and USDT in particular, given it's the biggest one, that is generally a good indicator of the overall health of the market. And I don't see them sticking around that $100 billion level for long. I think it's only going to keep on climbing. So lots happening, even though Bitcoin and everything else is dipping slightly. But I saw so much cope on Twitter yesterday. A lot of people bought the dip. I'm not going to say that, but yeah.
We did have there was one news article that came out that 1,000 Bitcoin worth around $69 million was sent to a crypto exchange by an address that had been around since 2010.
Wow.
So it was one big time crypto miner that did possibly sell right before Bitcoin hit its new all-time high.
Again, so they've had BTC since 2010, almost since the very beginning, and they sat on it through the all-time high in 2021, and then they've just waited for today.
But they moved it to the exchange. It didn't say if they'd sold it, so it might be that they're like, okay, we're positioning, we're making sure that we're allocated for the next year. Who knows? Yeah. Like to have an optimistic twist on these kind of things.
Absolutely. Degen Farragut cashed out some bonk yesterday for a new black MacBook. There you are. People taking profits. That's good to see. People cashing out their gains. There's been some profit taking here at Coin Bureau HQ because Nick, our CEO, has been sporting quite a lot of new clothes recently.
He is looking pretty snazzy. There is some slick, because I was going to ask you, have you bought anything in the past few weeks or bought anything for Mrs. Guy to celebrate the new market
Don't say
move?
that. Well, fortunately, Mrs. Guy won't be watching. Don't say that. I'll get into trouble now. Oh, no. I did buy some new paddle shoes this morning for playing paddle in, obviously. That's been my big splash.
You did wear them to the office, so now Nick knows. And you will also, it's very funny to watch. So if you are on the Coin Bureau Discord, you will know this. If you're not yet there, please make sure you are. It's very entertaining. You and Nick have your paddle competitions where we all get to see, maybe just have a little bet on who we think is going to win. You have been, really upping the game. Today, there was a dialogue between you two where Nick said, those are nice sneakers. Are they for paddle? You tried to say,
maybe.
No. Nick said, where did you get them from? And you were like, Amazon. There's secrecy among the team. I mean, we share our portfolios on Coin Bureau Club, but asking Guy where he gets his shoes from, you did not want to give up that alpha.
That is seriously covert stuff. Okay, someone saying my best performer will be Inge this bull run, already up 12x on investments. Well, yeah, that's
Iron Jane Ninja.
Yeah, that's where Nick has made. I think that's why Nick is sporting so many nice clothes all of a sudden. He's cashed in some injective. Okay, let's talk more about crypto, shall we, rather than my shoes.
Okay. I'm glad that we're changing the Sorry. So one thing that you actually commented on this yesterday was ETH fees. ETH fees are back up. This comes with any busy market movement when prices are up and we're seeing a lot of traffic. So DEX's Uniswap and Blast earned 2.5 million and 1.4 million in fees on the first day of March. That's according to Etherscan.
Wow.
So obviously, as we know, when it comes to Ethereum, we had the two key upgrades, the merge, and then we also had Shapella. The next major upgrade is Dencun, which is scheduled for the 13th of March. This will change the scene a little bit when it comes to transaction fees, decreasing by between 10 and 100 times, depending on the chain. Not just Ethereum, but also layer 2s that also are on Ethereum, and making it more competitive to the likes of Solana.
Yeah.
So I think people are suddenly realizing like this actually could be a really, not people, can I just say other chains. Yeah. And the reason I say this is because ETH Denver has had some pretty interesting findings. So as we know, ETH Denver is a part of the Ethereum community meetups and conferences where devs, community members, and marketeers will go and discuss the markets and also new integrations and updates. ETH Denver attracted communities from other networks really notably for the first time, including the likes of Solana and Bitcoin. So one talk covered how Eclipse, Neon, and Monad and Polygon were merging Solana and Ethereum together. There was a Polygon advisor talking, and he said during his talk that Ethereum's culture of research and Solana's product-first culture, the two things will need to come together. And Solana even had a booth at ETH Denver.
There you are.
Yeah,
There you
interesting.
are. I think that's really positive.
Mhm.
Personally, I am not a fan of the sort of tribalism that you
Yeah.
see in crypto a lot. I think it's absolutely cool, absolutely fine to have your favorites and to be, you know, sort of vocal about that. But I think, you know, I think the future of crypto is chains working together, you know,
Yeah.
and this is a sector. It's not, I don't think it's about grabbing the biggest slice of the pie that you can. It's about growing the pie so that there's plenty for everyone.
Yeah.
And I think a future in which various crypto chains, various layer ones, various layer twos are working and collaborating to make, you know, better products, to make the ecosystem better. I think that's a good thing. Obviously, there's going to be competition like you get in the free market, and that's healthy too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the less of the tribalism we see, the better. And I think it's great to see the likes of Solana. And I mean, for instance, Bankless, who, you know, mostly focus on the Ethereum ecosystem, they've been talking a lot about Bitcoin recently.
They have, yes. They've had a
And
few.
Solana.
Yes, they've had a few episodes. We had Ethan Buckman come on the Coin Bureau Clips channel a few months ago, and he was saying multi-chain is the way forward. A Cosmos contributor spoke at ETH Denver and said that rollups on Ethereum right now are being secured by Celestia, and the Cosmos and Ethereum ecosystems are slowly converging together. And also David C., who is the co-founder of Babylon Chain, also a professor at Stanford University, he gave a talk at ETH Denver, and he said over 1,200 people showed up to a Bitcoin talk at an Ethereum conference, highlighting there's going to be more of a synergy between Bitcoiners and Ethereum devs.
Yeah, which is great to see.
It is.
The big question, though, is are we going to see an Ethereum booth? Are we going to see a Solana booth at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville?
Ooh.
I somehow doubt it. I'm not quite sure the hardcore Bitcoiners would be ready for that.
Well, you went to Bitcoin Miami. So
yes.
How was the vibe? What kind of booths did you see there? Because that was also around 2021. Was that?
Bitcoin Miami 2022, I think I went to. Yeah, I didn't go to the 2021. Yeah, 2022 I went. And yeah, I mean, there was lots of stuff going on there, but it was all sort of around companies and organizations in the Bitcoin ecosystem. Yeah. I don't remember seeing sort of any other crypto projects necessarily represented. There may have been stuff from, you know, the likes of Stacks and things like that there, you know, companies that are sort of Bitcoin adjacent, if you like. But yeah, I think we may be a while off seeing another layer one represented at Bitcoin Miami or Bitcoin Nashville, the big Bitcoin conference. I personally think that would be a step in the right direction, personally. But those hardcore Bitcoiners, they're pretty protective, pretty protective of Bitcoin. So maybe that's a little ambitious. But yeah, I think it's great that that ETH Denver wasn't just about Ethereum. I think that points the way to a better future, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else went down at ETH Denver? Who was speaking?
Well, interestingly, there were some speakers that were more from the politician side of the United States, representing and waving the pro-crypto flag. So obviously we had the crypto mom SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce. We also had local Congress rep Brittany Peterson and Robert Kennedy Jr. These people all spoke on the ETH Denver main stage, which I thought was pretty interesting. And Kennedy Jr. said that he was going to end the war against all cryptocurrencies. Pretty interesting phrasing. So we'll have to see what that would entail. He is an independent candidate, but let's see. But it's nice to see that people that are, I mean, I've been in crypto and attending crypto events for years, probably around 7 or 8 years. And it used to be this event where if you were representing a political party or you were a commissioner of some form, you could not really be seen at a crypto conference. So it wouldn't be seen that you'd be speaking on a main stage. If you were giving a talk of some sort, it was very regimented. It was stuck to the script. People were terrified to say anything off cuff that could be taken or misinterpreted. So the fact we have people volunteering their time to speak on the main stage when markets are looking the way they are, in 2024 is a really interesting time.
Yeah. Yeah. And as we said before, I think crypto is going to be a big issue in this year's US election, and possibly a big issue at elections elsewhere as well. But obviously the US one is the one that everyone's watching. Speaking of politics, I'm being accused of being a communist in the comments. I presume that's for my comments around how we want to see the whole sort of crypto ecosystem working together. I'm not necessarily sure that's communist.
I thought it was maybe.
I still believe in the free market. Yeah, interesting. Communal, perhaps, not communist. Okay, so
you always tell me, Guy, don't read the comments.
Yeah, don't read the comments. Communist? How dare you? Okay, so that was ETH Denver.
Yes.
Lots of cool people there.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff going on.
I'm hoping that they will upload some of the talks, particularly Hester Peirce, the crypto mom. She actually was apparently here in Dubai for the Satoshi Roundtable event, which is the very kind of cool, exclusive crypto conference. But I would be curious to hear from her talk. And if any of you did go to ETH Denver and did hear her talk, if she mentioned anything to give any indication about the spot Ethereum ETFs, because that will be an interesting one to see her expectation or her outlook for how she'd like everything to move forward.
Yeah, I tell you what, crypto will see new all-time highs if Hester Peirce gets promoted to head of the SEC.
Can you imagine?
Wow, that would be a good day. Gary buggers off to the Treasury or wherever it is he wants to go, and we get Hester instead. That would be a wonderful day for crypto. Also talking about other crypto conferences as well, I was talking with Crypto Cito recently, Cosmos YouTuber. He is organizing Cosmoverse, which is going to be happening in Dubai. I think that's going to be in October this year.
Nice.
Which we're definitely going to go along to, because that is going to be awesome. And he was talking about having people from other, obviously the Cosmos ecosystem projects there, but he was talking about getting people from other chains. He's really keen to get people from Ethereum, Solana, Avalanche, all these other layer ones. So again, I think this sense Cosmos sort of taking that philosophy of interoperability, and moving beyond Cosmos itself.
Yeah. And it's also interesting. So there's also Sui Basecamp, which is in April. So that's next month. And that is on the back of Paris Blockchain Week, which looks pretty exciting. We'll obviously be here in the UAE, so we won't be in Paris to attend. But they have some really interesting speakers too. So they have the likes of Balaji, advisors from A16Z, Binance representatives as well that will be attending, and Crypto and Visa, the kind of collaboration between the two. So that will also be an interesting one and a nice little indication of how things are moving. And if you are in our Coin Bureau Discord and you can have a little bit of a look, you will have seen that we have a Sui AMA tomorrow on Discord with the co-founder of Sui, previously worked at Meta. So I'm really interested to pick their brains a little bit and discuss some of their outlooks and roadmaps for the rest of the year.
Are you going to ask them about? I'm really curious to know what their sort of thoughts are, because obviously they, as you say, worked at Meta, so they worked on Libra, which was Facebook's attempt at a digital currency, which regulators absolutely hated.
Yeah,
I'm really interested to know what their sort of take on that is. What kind of lessons they took from Libra. How much of the tech have they used from that? I think that's a fascinating story, because so much of the kind of anti-crypto regulation that we've seen, or the pushback against crypto by regulators, a lot of that I think can be traced back to the release of Libra, or to when Facebook started talking about Libra. I think that really spooked regulators around the world. So maybe we can blame the guys from Sui and Aptos for all the regulatory scrutiny. But no, I think it'll be fascinating to hear their take on that, and just about Sui in general.
Well, you have to listen in and you can submit your question,
I
and I will ask it particularly for you. So it's 8:30 Dubai time in the evening, which will be 4:30, 5:30 for everyone in Europe. 5:30. About 5:30 in the afternoon.
Okay. All right. So what's next on the agenda?
How is the market looking, first of all?
Let's have a look. A lot of people are getting very antsy in the comments about how it's dumping. It's going back up again now. Guys, chill out. Oh no. So now suddenly the hour chart is green. So we're still just under 67K, unless I'm being deceived. Look, folks, we must be in a bull market because Coinbase apparently keeps going down.
Yes.
Now that is classic bull market behavior.
And was it Cash App that had a notification I saw on Twitter that it had ran out of Bitcoin? So
Oh,
someone
really?
was trying to purchase more Bitcoin in the last kind of 5 to 7 days, and they said Bitcoin's out.
Yeah, wow. This is something we talked about. So we've got a crypto market update coming out later on today over on the main channel, where we just talk about some of the crazy price action that's been going on over the last few weeks and kind of break it down and explain what's been happening. And one of the things that we sort of talk about is this question of the Bitcoin supply.
Yeah.
I think we touched on this a little bit earlier, didn't we? But obviously these ETF issuers are buying so much Bitcoin that the supply on exchanges is running low. And obviously the question then becomes, well, what happens when exchanges start running out of Bitcoin? You know, that in theory, there's only one way for the price to go. However, what we did sort of caveat it with is that there are still a lot of other entities that hold Bitcoin besides. For instance, the US government. Now, the US government is a massive Bitcoin whale. They hold still hold, even after all the sales they've made, around 200,000 BTC.
How much is that? Around $8 billion worth?
I think that's around $14 billion. Yeah.
Wow.
Doesn't really make that much of a dent in America's national debt, but I'm sure it's money that the US government will be very keen to spend. So we could see, if the price continues to rise or to stay around these levels, we could see the US government selling more BTC. It would kind of make sense, I guess, unless they wanted to hodl for even higher prices. So there is the US government to consider. There is also bankrupt crypto entities, so the likes of FTX, Celsius, etc. There is Genesis as well. There is going to be selling from them in order to pay back creditors. So there is still sell pressure out there. But the fact of the matter is that sooner or later, this Bitcoin will be sold.
Yeah.
And a huge number of institutions, you know, for instance, last week, Bank of America and Wells Fargo, two of the biggest banks in the US, if not the two biggest, they only started offering the spot Bitcoin ETFs to their clients last week.
Okay.
You know, well over a month since these ETFs launched. So there are lots of other institutions out there that still haven't even started offering spot Bitcoin ETF exposure to their clients, which suggests that there is still a lot of capital waiting to rotate into BTC.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, so we've seen a bit of a dip since the all-time high, but folks, I think that buying pressure is still there. I think that appetite for Bitcoin is still there, and the supply is just dwindling by the day. And obviously the halving event, which we are a little over a month away from, that's going to cut that daily issuance in half. And like I said earlier, it is absolutely unprecedented that we have an all-time high before the halving. Never happened before.
And states are also looking forward into passing new bills that will encourage lawmakers and state retirement funds to look into allocating portions of their portfolios into spot Bitcoin ETFs as well. So we could see Bitcoin ETF retirement funds in the US start to increase. The state of Arizona Senate has advanced a resolution that would encourage people to fully feasibly outline the benefits and also direct a proportion of state requirements into digital asset ETFs, including recommendations of how to safely invest into spot Bitcoin ETFs and the digital asset class.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's Arizona, but I'm sure it's the kind of thing that once we see the ball rolling and people kind of having a positive feedback and approach, it could be a similar thing across the board. So this text is now before the committee, and we'll wait to see how it goes from there. And this isn't the first time that we've seen this. So we saw a pension fund for firefighters in Houston that was backed by BTC and ETH back in 2021. So obviously when the market was a little bit higher and a little bit more optimistic. But we also saw in 2019 a 50 million investment funds from the police officer retirement funds based out of Virginia. And they actually invested into Bitcoin and Morgan Creek Capital's investment fund.
Okay. And that was in 2019?
That was in 2019.
So they must be pretty well up by now.
Yes, they're probably pretty happy.
So if you're
police officers.
if you're a retired police officer in Fairfax County, Virginia,
Congratulations.
You're doing
really
okay.
good.
Great to know. Great to know. So yeah, I mean, this is all part of, I guess, Bitcoin becoming more and more, a part of this sort of general financial system. Now, I'm not personally convinced that this is completely a good thing. I think there is a real danger in the future that Bitcoin and that crypto, I should say, as a whole, becomes subsumed by TradFi. TradFi sort of absorbs it, and if it comes to that, then the sort of ethos of crypto will be lost. It'll just be another arm of the existing financial system. That's not what it's for. It's supposed to be an alternative to the existing financial system. So we should be wary of that. And I think really what you can do, I personally wouldn't encourage any of you to buy a spot Bitcoin ETF, because the proper thing that you should be doing is leave buying spot Bitcoin ETFs to institutions and to the Fairfax County police officers retirement system.
Let them pay the big dog fees.
Yeah. What you guys should be doing is taking your BTC and self-custodying it, because that is the ethos of crypto.
Absolutely. But it does normalize the word Bitcoin and the term Bitcoin, and it helps, I think, break down that barrier to entry of Bitcoin being this scary, scammy thing that you've seen a few times on media, where those big guys lost loads of money, and then a few people that were big and bad shilling Bitcoin went to prison. And now it's actually normalizing it and getting it into a household name. You're hearing the word, you're becoming more familiar, and Guy, like you've said, for all of you guys that are early, for all of us, we can actually spend time to educate people on the correct way to hold BTC.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Okay, let's flip the script entirely from BTC all the way to meme coins. We've got to talk about them because they've just been everywhere. The returns we were seeing on meme coins were just crazy. Jess, do you hold any meme coins? Are there any meme coins you would like to talk about?
I do hold a meme coin.
Okay, can you tell us which one it is?
I'm a Welsh corgi coin holder, guys, because I mean, if I'm gonna get one, it's on the Bitcoin ecosystem, and the ticker's Welsh, and I'm a Welsh girly, so I thought, why not? And that's my first meme coin that I've added to the family. Probably my only meme coin, because I do like to, although the C4 and me checking crypto Twitter might disagree, sleep soundly at night, and the volatility that comes with meme coins is a little bit too much for me. But 2024 was my year of becoming a meme coin holder. What about you, Guy? Do you hold any meme coins?
I do, yes. I had a theory around Chinese New Year a while back. You guys remember that? That was a few weeks ago now. So I bought a couple of meme coins related to Chinese New Year. I bought $100 of each one, so it's a tiny little allocation. I did make some money on one of them. It pumped a little bit. The other one I'm still down bad. I'm not going to say what they are because they're tiny market caps and honestly not worth bothering with. But that was my attempt at meme coins. I noticed earlier that in the top gainers on CoinGecko, Welsh corgi coin was up there.
And I have a theory. I went to go see Tom Jones, who is the Welsh singer. If you all know Tom Jones, 84-year-old man, probably the songbird of our generation and an icon for my country. He performed on St. David's Day in Abu Dhabi. And then Welsh corgi coin went up. I'm not going to say it's a coincidence, guys. There's no logic to this meme coin madness. We're all just watching it unfold. Pretty coincidental. But there's been quite a nice divide around the Memecoin Frenzy. Oh, God. Go on, read the comment first before I try and...
Kenny just said, I didn't know he was still alive. Tom Jones, of course he's still alive. He's immortal. I must say, though, Jess came in and said, I went to see Tom Jones last night. And I said, did he play Green, Green Grass of Home? And she just looked at me blankly. Like, that's his best song. What? I can't...
Sex Bomb, Pussycat. All of these great songs. And it was just full of Brits that maybe had one or two drinks. So I don't really remember.
Tom Jones is 81. I know he's had some work done. He's had some work done, but he still sounds amazing.
Still the silver fox we all know and love.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic.
Should we get back to talking about crypto?
Yes, we wandered off topic. Yeah, didn't we? Okay, so yeah, the meme coin madness.
Meme coin madness, kind of a divide between the technical development upgrades that we have seen from some of the cryptos, and then also the wild madness of just cryptos that are meme coins trending on social media.
Yeah.
Dog with hat went bonanzas because everyone was trending that on Twitter. All the crypto exchanges were adding the little with hat on top of their
that became a new meme in itself.
Yep. Arthur Hayes came on the show a few weeks ago and was talking about dog with hat as the funny money.
Yeah.
That will just, he liked it because he said it would just piss off the traditional bankers because they'll be so confused at what's going on. I'm confused what's going on with meme coins.
I know, it's crazy. Well, one of our theories in the video from today that we're putting out later today is that perhaps this meme coin craze was sort of initiated by crypto whales, because they knew that that would attract headlines and that could attract new retail in, generally pump the market and their bags. So that, I mean, that's quite possible. That wouldn't be unprecedented in the crypto market. Yeah. But yeah, it was a crazy thing, and it's so hard. I mean, back in the old days, you only really had to keep track of Doge and SHIB. Now you've got to keep track of Doge and SHIB and
mythical creatures, dogs, cats,
dogs with hats,
cat with hat,
cat with hats, Welsh dogs with hats. It's crazy.
These are all going to become tickets by tomorrow. That's how mad the whole thing is.
Yeah.
So the likes of Shiba Inu, Pepe, Floki, and Bonk saw traded volumes increase 3,000% in a week. 3,000% increase in traded volume. Whew, wow. Crazy. Pepe, obviously, it had the bridge, so you can now trade Pepe on Arbitrum and the likes of BNB. So it's lower gas fees. As we mentioned earlier, Ethereum gas fees are through the roof.
Crazy.
I can just see you smiling at the comments.
There are some great comments. There always are. But I like Ryan's idea, hat with hat.
Hat with hat.
Has anyone thort of that? I think I'd
Did you mean for that to rhyme? Cat with hat. Has anyone thought of that?
It just comes out of me. I would go for hat with hat. Definitely. I like that. So the logo is so easy to do.
Tom Jones with hat.
Tom Jones with hat.
I was like, I'm sure you would have laughed at that, and then it took a second, and then I was like,
took a second to sink in because it's so obvious. It should be so obvious. Jamie is suggesting that you ditch the C4 for Nocco.
I love Nocco, but they don't have it here, and they have one which is called Miami Nocco, which is pink, and it's some kind of tropical fruit punch, but this packs a little bit more of a punch. It does. I'm not sure if it gives me a headache or if they're just correlated in some bizarre way. But.
Yeah, I wonder if the sort of migraines that you've been complaining about are anything to do with your massive intakes of C4. I mean, this is only in the early days of the bull market. Imagine what's going to happen when Bitcoin's shooting the lights out at 6 figures, meme coins are going even crazier, and your C4 habit is just going to be. It's going to be insane.
I'm going to look like a wrinkly raisin talking about crypto.
but so wild. Someone's suggesting guy with hat.
Guy with hat.
There's no possible way that I can endorse that. SHIB will burn so much that 0.1 is a no-brainer. Lots of people very keen on SHIB. I thought SHIB and Doge. I was wondering to myself whether they might have had their time because of all the other meme coins coming up on the rails, but then they duly went nuts as well. As someone pointed out in the comments, I think Robinhood played a big part in that. Robinhood makes a lot of money from Doge trading, among other things. I mean, you're spoilt for choice.
And you guys have to let us know as well, the friend and family indicator. So right now, some of my friends are asking me about Bitcoin, but not all of them. But are they asking you more about meme coins or crypto? Bitcoin, big dogs.
I suppose it depends on their age. I'm just waiting for my nieces and nephew. I mean, my oldest niece is only 8, but I mean, how long can it be when I start getting Uncle Guy? What meme coins? That's when that'll be a time to quit.
Well, you saw a great tweet earlier from Dog with Hat developer.
Oh yeah.
That said, see if you can pull it up, but it was a great tweet just to show how bonanzas the market has been going. And my not concern, because anyone that makes money in crypto, I wish you all the best. There's no bitterness here. But if, for example, my best friend's daughter, my goddaughter, suddenly makes absolute bucket loads trading meme coins and overtakes me being a Bitcoin hodler, I'm going to be a little bit resentful.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest with you guys.
Yeah. Don't fade the kids. They know what they're talking about. Yeah. So this is from Kix on Twitter. If you ever feel bad about a trade, find comfort that the WIF dev sold his allocation for 29K. It's now worth 761 million. Oh, I need to confirm that. But big if true. Terrifying if true. Wow.
That is just heartbreaking.
Yeah, just shows folks, even the people who make meme coins can still get caught out by them. So bear that in mind.
There's that famous tweet from Greg from Twitter, which is to do with the Bitcoin holdings, and he's like, "Oh, I just sold my Bitcoin at 11 cents. Oh, okay, here it is. I wish I kept my BTC, my 1,700 BTC at 6 cents instead of selling them at 30 cents. Now that they're 8 cents." 1,700 BTC, he sold around May 11. It's like 2011 rather. That is just...
That's, yeah, $8. Yeah, so now, oh yeah, he was complaining when it was at $8. That's crazy. Now, let's just quickly check the market again, because people were panicking in the comments earlier, and now it seems to be, I mean, it's down. It's down. We've seen a bit of a sell-off, but I don't think it's anything to get too alarmed about, folks. You know, we only hit all-time highs yesterday.
Yeah, and we're still 10% up from last week when we hit 60K.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, all you have to do is start talking about meme coins, and people instantly just get on board. They absolutely love it. And everyone's got their favorite. But yeah, other than Welsh Corgi coin, do you have a particular favorite meme coin?
I don't.
I mean, I quite like Pepe, because I like the Pepe meme.
Okay.
And I can understand the story behind that. Obviously, I know the story behind the Doge meme, but it wasn't one that I was familiar with before Doge came out. I feel a bit more clued up on the whole Pepe meme.
Yeah.
So, and I do like, I do like Pepe the frog. So
I do like the initial interviews you have with the Dogecoin founder, who was like, guys, I really just made this as a joke to start with. This was not in any way meant to be intentionally representative of the cryptocurrency industry. And I appreciate the honesty with that one, because it is a little bit wild.
Yeah, it certainly is. Thought Bubbles loves whales.
Aw, I love you, Thought Bubbles.
Fantastic. Well, I'm sure that's made Thought Bubbles' day. Okay, so I think was that everything we were going to talk about today? I think we had to end on meme coins, didn't we?
We did have to. That was a nice little roundup just to cover the full spectrum of the crypto market. Yeah,
we started off talking about spot Bitcoin ETFs. We even talked about Bitcoin, making up retirement funds, and then we pivoted right to meme coins. I think we flew beautifully across the spectrum there,
and also covered Tom Jones.
What
more could you want from a live stream, guys?
How many crypto live streams out there talk about Tom Jones, eh? He's neglected.
But should we do something a little fun? Like, should we add another little pizzazz into the live streams? Like, maybe we could have a karaoke and a song. We could play. Let's end it with the song. Let's end it with your remix, because that's a nice way to cap it off. Do you want to introduce it, because you've not introduced it yet?
Okay, so Jess decided that she wasn't a huge fan of the Pump It Up song. I'm kind of with you on that. I mean, I get excited when I hear it, but it's not my favorite. So you enlisted someone on Fiverr.
Yes, called Pim, who actually is a subscriber to Coin Bureau. So Pim, if you're watching, big up. You did an amazing job just in time for the Q&A on Friday with Nick as a little surprise. And he also was a huge fan of you, so it was nice. He was, in his words, very happy to be part of the mission.
Fantastic. Okay, well, Pim, it's great. So can you give us a play?
Of course.
Keep going higher. Keep going higher. Keep going higher. Keep going higher. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going higher.
That's got some dark corners of the club vibe, hasn't it?
It's pretty gnarly, dude.
I like it. I like it. People seem to be a fan as well.
Guys, thank you. So I actually
Send it.
stole it from the news headline that you've recorded on Could Crypto Keep Going Higher, and got him to mix it up. But if there's any other phrases you think I should do, maybe we should do a full 3-minute track.
Maybe I should do like a full dance album.
Yeah.
A full set, and then we can just and then, well, you're a DJ, you can spin it into a full set. We'll do a Coin Bureau club night.
Yeah.
And celebrate the bull market in that way.
Maybe we could do some which are in like house dance, some disco, and then like a little kind of homage to Oasis.
Yeah, maybe we could get Tom Jones on the show to sing over the top of it.
Guys, I'm gonna cry.
And that brings together all the strands of today's live stream. Next week we will try and get Tom Jones on. I'm sure he's a massive fan of the show.
Dog with hat, I love you. Yes, I do.
You can use your Welsh Mafia connections to get Sir Tom, I should say.
I'll make a few phone calls, guy.
Yeah. So next week, the live stream will be presented by Jess and Sir Tom Jones. Tom will be telling us about all his favorite cryptos. He'll be giving us his thoughts on the spot Bitcoin ETFs and whether we are going to see rotation out of those into altcoins. I'm sure he'll tell us his favorite layer ones and probably give us a song at the end too.
What more could you want?
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so it's goodbye from me for today. I won't see you next week because Sir Tom Jones will be here.
But I will absolutely be here, maybe with another track. Who knows?
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so before I end the stream, Jess, can you play us out with that music?
Oh, I feel you'd never asked.
I feel we should have.
Keep going high. Keep going high. Keep going
Guy,
high.
did you find her in a Welsh
Keep
nightclub?
going high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did actually. I did find it. Yeah.
Keep going high.
It's growing on me. It's growing on me more. I like it. I like it. You can just see people in the corner of a Cardiff nightclub sipping on C4. There, keep it going. Keep it going.
Oh, thank God.
Keep going high.
Okay, thanks for watching, everyone. What a way to end it.
Stunning.
We'll start the show with it next week. All right. Thank you for watching, guys. See you soon. Enjoy the pump.
Bye.
Bye-bye.